What's up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about living by your own credo. I haven't uploaded as much lately, which I am well aware of. I just haven't had as much drive, motivation or inspiration to actually do so. And I don't really care about that because, as you know, like these videos are always very real. But today I want to talk about living by your own credo and why it's so important to do this. So I don't see a lot of people talking about motivation specifically. Some people do talk about it in the sense that if you don't have motivation and something's wrong with you, or like if you cannot get yourself to do something, then you are bad or you're guilty or something is wrong. And I have come to learn over the last couple of months, maybe even the last year, that not having motivation is actually not something you should blame yourself or punish yourself for, but it's just a misunderstanding. Because truly I think that if you look at the spiritual aspects of life, that you should not have to really force yourself of anything. In an ideal world, obviously you do have to force yourself sometimes, which completely makes sense. I sometimes enjoy as well engaging in more disciplined acts like fasting, like exercise, like meditation, other stuff. But what I'm talking about here is, for example, motivation to do things every day, motivation to live your life according to a set of rules developed by someone else. So a prime example of this is diet. So if you are following a very specific diet because someone that you look up to has said so, but it feels like it's like a burden. It feels like you continuously have to restrict yourself. It just feels uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Then it's probably not something that your actual true self would do. It's not something that aligns with your true self. And what I mean is not just some like woo-woo stuff, but there's a reason why everyone is unique. It's because everyone has their own, what we call self. And I'm not talking about the mind, because like there's a difference between the self and the mind. It's not the same. I'm also not talking about the body. Even though everyone's body is different, the body is not the self. It's just like you could say like a manifestation or like a creation of the self, but it's not actually the self. What I'm talking about is like your true self, your personality, your characteristics beyond the body, beyond the mind. I'm not getting too deep right now, but what I mean is really just do an audit of your life and see where you are following other people, which definitely, if you're watching this video, you probably are, because I used to also watch a bunch of YouTube videos, and it just means that it's not a bad thing. You just follow other people to help you get to where you want to go faster. It's absolutely necessary. In fact, I should do it more. But what I'm talking about is just making a set of rules that you live your life by, and setting them yourself. So not looking at, for example, like this athlete or this entrepreneur or this musician or this artist and copying their life philosophy, their set of rules that they use to make decisions, basically what they do in the day, their goals, not copying them, but really making your own. And this is not as easy, because as soon as I ask you this question, like how do you want to live your life, or what do you think life is like literally explaining your worldview is part of this. How do you want to exercise? How do you want to eat? What do you want to do? Like as soon as I ask these questions, there are probably answers coming into your mind, not from yourself, but from the mind. And you must distinguish between these two, because the mind is going to tell you what it has learned from other people. The self, it is pretty much already knows what it is that you personally truly want, but it doesn't communicate this as directly as the mind. So as soon as I ask the question, the mind is going to give an answer. Like for example, what do you truly want to do? And maybe the mind is going to say something like entrepreneur, or the mind is going to say something like we want to do a vegetarian diet. And really what you have to do next is see beyond this thought. So see like, okay, where does this thought come from? Because as soon as you look at it, as soon as you see, for example, vegetarian diet, then I can almost guarantee, if it's not something your true self would do, that behind this thought, like the reason that your mind used, it's so quick, so you might not even notice because it's very quick. But the reason the mind used is probably because this influencer or this like perhaps person. So I'm giving an example of my own. There was this guy called Arnold Ehret. He was like a fruitarian guy, like a vegetarian diet guy. And I thought myself I wanted to follow a really strict natural diet. And then immediately when I thought I wanted this, I could trace back this thought to this guy. So I could tell that my mind was using the reason because this guy did it, that's why I want it. And as soon as you use this because of someone else or because of a reason or because of an experience, then you pretty much know it's not a pure motivation and it's not living by your own credo. So your own credo already exists. That's the thing. Like you don't have to create it. You don't have to figure it out. It already exists. And this is, while I'm even saying this, it feels like a relief because I had forgotten about this. This exists already. Your true self already has a kind of predefined, in a sense, set of principles and philosophy that you have to live your life by. It's like not something which you should create or should look from other people. It already exists and it pretty much already knows what's best for you. So all you have to do is really just listen to your true self, ignore the mind, stop trying to like create your own credo, but actually just find it, look out for it, and just trying to see how many angles I can give you at this point because it's such a powerful one. Like I'm talking about decisions in life, like for example, like I already mentioned, diet, exercise, but also just business, also relationships, like how you want to wake up. Like, do you want to set an alarm? Almost everyone sets an alarm, but I don't, because I feel much better when I just wake up naturally. Do you want to listen to certain types of music, or do you restrict yourself from not listening to music at all? I did this for a while. Like I didn't really listen to any music because I thought like it's just additional information that can possibly do harm. But that's not really true at all. So your true self probably has maybe has some things from music as well that they like to listen to. Anything like setting goals, like goals are not as simple as you might think. Like I personally, when I think about goals, I think about goal realities. I think about realities where the goal is achieved. Other people might be like, that's absolutely crazy because their true self's credo might be more logical. So they might see something like, I don't know, like a certain amount of money or like a specific project, like 10,000 euros per month, for example. Or that they might just see like something completely different. But I see it in a different way because that's my true credo. So yeah, the main point of today's video is do a quick audit of your life, just of the main things like diet, exercise, and work, and see where you are possibly following someone else because you think you have to do it. And if you feel off about it, it's probably your true self saying that's not your true credo. So the first objective is find where you are not living to your own credo, to your true self. And the second objective is not create your own credo, but discover it because it already exists. So set the intention to discover your own set of rules to live your life. You don't have to create it. Once again, it already exists. It's going to be a very pleasurable, rewarding task because as soon as you do things that are in alignment with yourself, everything becomes easier. I don't know how this works exactly, by the way, but it just works and I know it. You can try it out for yourself, but I hope you enjoyed this one. Do the exercise, get some benefit, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one.